Always knew, somewhere, somehow, I could reach past the limits. Daring to be different, and I can't lose. 10 toes.
This is Terrence Alexander with Real Business Talk TV. This is part one of a part two interview. This is my favorite asset class, real estate, because real estate is real.
What's going on? This is Israel Wright, also here with Real Business Talk TV, and we are excited to bring you guys these two beautiful individuals who are about to give y'all the real on real estate. So if you don't know about what you need to do in this new market, you're scared, you want to buy a house, you don't want to buy a house, you want to save some money, you want to invest it, they're going to tell you what you need to know. So let's get into it.
Okay, we're going to do ladies first, LC. We like to ask you a couple of questions. How did you get started in real estate?
Oh, wow. So believe it or not, I started back in like 2008. I was a college student in Virginia. I wanted to get into real estate because my dad was a construction worker, and he would always drive by buildings and show me everything that he helped build. And I thought that was dope. So I went to school for architecture.
Wow.
And construction management. And while I was in school, I said, why don't I go ahead and get into real estate? You only gotta be 18. I'm 18. So
you started in the recession.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is at the time I didn't know it. You know, I was so young, I wasn't paying attention to that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, we got my man Reshad House. How did you get started in real estate? My man Reshad House have sold properties to Jacquees, Ari, and a couple of more celebrities. So how did you get started in real estate?
So I first got started back in real estate in 2017. It was something that I was interested in always, like as a kid. I remember watching the little infomercials on the weekends talking about buying a house, and it was always something that held my interest. So as I got older, I kind of diverted from getting into real estate. I went to corporate America and just really started that process. But then once I said, you know what, corporate America is not for me, I did my research and find out what are the steps I have to go to in order to get into real estate. So once I found what it was, I did my research, I did the homework, I took the class, and then I just tapped back into the people that I've always known, people that I've done business with, worked with, or just personally have relations with, and then just tap into my database and grew my business from there.
Dope.
So you said your father got you into real estate. Is anybody else taking that same approach, or does people look at it like, no, I'm cool, especially after 2008? I'm sure that was a crazy time. Yeah, crazy time to get into real estate.
You know, my mom and my grandmother both are very interested in real estate. My mom is developing on the wholesale side back in Virginia. So
this is a family thing.
I mean, they've always had interest, and but I left, but they're still going at it. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. No, I think that's dope because sometimes you might be the first person in your family to take on.
I am the first.
That's what's up. So how does that feel for you, especially being the first and a woman at that?
Yeah. I think it's inspirational. I keep telling my mom to move here. Because there's more money here.
Yeah.
In Virginia, the prices are much higher, but what you're getting is a lot smaller. So I'm but just having them in real estate and being able to give them information and hearing the stuff that they're learning, I'm like, okay, I know that. Or oh, let me send you some referrals back home, because I still have those relationships back home. So it's cool to be able to pour into them.
What's up?
Yeah.
I got another question for you guys. What made you guys choose the Atlanta market besides moving to Texas or Florida?
I mean, well, for me, I'm from here. All my friends are here, all my family is here. And what I've been learning since I've even gotten into real estate, your business is going to come from people that already know you, like you, and trust you. So being that I've been here, I've gone to college, school, I worked in corporate America, and then just been out on the nightlife scene, hanging out with different people, it's helped me get into the faces of a lot of people that have helped me get into the face of Jacquees, Ari, Dreezy, Andre Blatch, Janine Michelle, the whole nine. That's really just tapping into my database, staying seen in front of people has helped me.
So you would say the nightlife, partying, helped you actually get into real estate?
It's definitely helped me get in front of some high profile people, yes. I can't say that.
Okay. And what would you say helped you?
Honestly, I didn't choose Atlanta. Atlanta chose me. Okay. So, I'm not from here. I don't have family here. I had to build my family here through my friends and people that I could rely on and trust. Based on that, using my network that I had grew over time, I did a lot of work in the music industry. However, that's not really my real estate network. My real estate network is everyday people. And so based on that, I just kind of stayed attached to Facebook. And just kind of kept pushing information and trying to educate people on what I thought. Real estate in Atlanta is dope because I think it's the chocolate city.
Okay,
And my
okay.
belief is just, this is the city that we thriving in. So why don't we have a piece of it? And we need to have enough of a piece that it makes a statement and it can't be taken back from us. So therefore, I strive and push people to try to own something. And that's how I connect with people.
I love that. So you hit on a couple of different points. You talked about networking, you talked about relationships, you talked about, just being family and building that. What are some other little things that you would give aspiring real estate agent or somebody that wants to get into real estate, something that's an intangible, something that you can't really buy?
Yeah, my whole thing to anyone that wants to grow in real estate is to become the expert. And even if you aren't the expert, pretend to be the expert.
You dropping bars now. That's a real
All
bar.
you have to do is go out there and find blogs, find information, talk to mortgage lenders, put this information out because these are the questions that people want to know and they don't know. So when you keep giving people information, they're like, yo, this person's knowledgeable. I want to work with her. So when you keep presenting yourself as the expert, your business will naturally grow.
And then keep learning too on that.
And stay informed, right?
I got a question for y'all, and I get this question a lot because I'm a real estate investor.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a real estate investor and a real estate agent? I want the lady to go first.
Okay. An investor is just someone that's going to see real estate as an asset and something that they can use to grow financially over time, whether it be a buy and hold, a fix and flip, or any other form of real estate, such as land that they know that they're going to use later and maybe do like a ground lease. They're just using real estate for the purposes of gaining income. Whereas a real estate agent, we're simply the salespeople behind it. But with integrity, we become the realtors.
Coming from a place of value, educating our clients on what this process looks like and what needs to be done. And if you're not ready yet, how can we get you ready?
And I got a question for y'all. Can you do both?
Yes.
Oh yeah, most agents do. Yeah.
I mean, plus you could use your commission from it to help out with down payment.
So talk about your personal experience with that, sir.
Hey, so I just purchased my house back in December, and from me representing myself in that transaction, I saved myself a lot of money that I didn't have to come out of pocket, and then also being able to help me buy down my rate, so I was able to get an interest rate that was more favorable to me, less than favorable to the banks.
And I think me and you was talking about that off camera when we looked at a salon suite. I was telling Reshad, let's partner on this deal so we can kind of split the commission.
Yeah, I'm like, look, heck no, we're gonna take my whole commission. We're gonna invest this inside of this, this deal.
But I mean, you already know the broker, you already know all the agents, pretty much people you need to know. So it really is like a cheat code if you want to be able to get into investing in the real estate because you already have the resources.
Yeah, and it's a lot of agents who they have their license to be an agent, but they more so work as an investor. Being able to tap into the resources to look up property records, what's on the market, finding the comps versus just going on Zillow, which all of us realtors know is not accurate.
Correct.
People they go, oh, well, Zillow said, but Zillow is accurate.
That's like
credit karma.
That's like credit karma.
You really got like a 625.
Right. So, I mean,
It's okay.
so just working as a realtor, being able to tap into the resource and do your homework from a more expertise level, less than just I'm an investor and I saw this online.
Right.
It's a little different.
So kind of like the dynamic I have, like I told my wife to go to school for real estate. When we do purchase our forever home, she'll get the commission.
There you go.
And then I'll be the buyer.
So win-win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's how you kind of create that legacy
And
that everybody
both
talks
of you
about.
could be the buyer.
Tell one time, so.
I was just saying, she could do the commission side and,
Be the buyer.
be the
Yeah.
buyer too.
Whatever.
But I
Depending on
think-
how y'all want to work
I
it.
think as far as like real estate, you want to save the person so they can
Oh
buy.
yeah, I
As an
always
investor
tell
standpoint.
people that.
Why would you both go on alone, right?
Yeah.
I tell people that, and a lot of couples, have those concerns, like, oh, both of our names. I'm like, look, if something happens, God forbid, where one person's credit gets hurt, or you guys go into foreclosure, at least that other person
Can't
still
buy you.
can
There you
go.
go.
They see it strong.
There you go.
Right,
That's what teamwork
yeah.
and partnership is about.
I've had a lot of clients where one person will buy the house in their name and then the other person will buy the cars in their name, so that way one
You told me
person's
that
credit
too. Yeah.
stays freed up, because car notes is really what's a lot of people's biggest debt when they're looking at buying a house.
Right.
And nowadays cars are so expensive, you're looking at $500, $600, $700, $800 a month.
$1,000 a month.
And to me, that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. But if you have two cars, both $1,000 a month, that's going to affect your debt to income ratio. and then just seeing how high home prices are now, like you have to make money to be able to get the house that you want.
So y'all ready for this spicy question?
Oh, spicy.
Y'all ready?
I
I want to take a drink.
Everybody take a shot. So we know that the interest rates and inflation is crazy.
Ridiculous.
How do you navigate this market? We're gonna let the lady go first, and then we'll let my man, Mr. Reshad House, go second.
My answer is probably gonna shock you guys. And I hate to say something that may go against what he's gonna say, but what's happening with the interest rates right now is we're seeing stabilization. We're seeing the interest rates go back to what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
People don't remember when interest rates in the 80s and 90s were 18%, 17%. The last time we seen interest rates at 7.5% was in the 2000s. So
And then what happened in the 2000s?
The interest rates kind of stayed stable, and then they kind of dropped a little bit. But when we got to about 2015, 16, they did something unique where they went really low. So in these last few years, 2017 to 2020, 21, interest rates were extremely low. We've never seen interest rates between 2 and 3 and 4% that low. So people kind of got spoiled by that. Like, this is a great time to buy these interest rates, cool. Everybody bragging about the interest rate, but that's not normal. So now we're back at 7%. Right now they're around like 6.5, 6.9, just depending on your credit and all that. But we're in the mid 6s, low 6s. We're really back to normal.
It's almost like the corrective type.
It has to correct itself. What goes up must come down. Everything corrects itself. So if you're waiting for interest rates to go back down before you buy, you're gonna be waiting for a long time. You know, so to navigate it, go buy before they go up.
I mean, we have the saying, marry the house, date the rate. Like, get the house that you want, and if you can afford it, if it's inside of your budget to where, hey, look, I can go buy this $500,000 house and be comfortable, buy it now. When the rates do come down, you might be able to save $500 to $1,000 a month. I had a client that purchased a home in 2018. He was paying like $2,400 a month on his mortgage. When the rates dropped, it dropped down to $1,600 a month because he married the house and then he dated the rate. When the rates dropped, he saved like $600 a month, made an investment property, and profited every month off of it from it for the next 2 years.
And you can always refinance, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's just about, like he said, finding the thing that you want to be a part of. Like, I want to be a part of this house for a long time. You know, because if you're looking for the price, prices are doing something different.
So y'all ready? This is the speed round. Y'all ready for this speed round?
Let's do it.
Are y'all ready?
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, let's go.
We need to take a shot.
Perfect.
Right, I'm like,
You can if you want to.
You wanna take a shot?
You're done. You're almost done.
It's fine. Go ahead. Y'all do what y'all need to do. Y'all answer the
like
question
the
we asking.
Okay, this speed round. Okay, we're gonna let the male go first this time. Y'all ready?
Yes.
You ready? Okay. This is a round where we ask you questions in speed. So you gotta answer it in speed. You got 3 seconds to answer.
All right.
It's like 1, 2, 3. All right, you ready?
I ain't got no choice.
all right.
Real estate, realtor, or investor?
I'm more realtor.
Okay, good answer. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Why would you invest in a property with the interest rates as high as they is now?
Well, you can still make the money back. You know, you're looking at it. It depends on if you're doing a long-term game or a short-term game. If you're doing a long-term game, eventually we know the interest rates are going to go down while you're still making money, and you can use your income from that property to cover the interest rates. If you're doing a short-term game, just make sure that your flip makes sense so that the interest rates don't hurt you. And you're not going to be doing something like paying so high in capital gains, which, you know, taxes you have to pay if you have the property less than a year.
Okay.
On the scene or off the scene?
Off the scene.
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna be real, off the scene.
Okay. Are you high-end or everyday people?
I want the everyday people.
Yes.
I could do more deals with everyday people that'll close quicker. If I can get 5 everyday people a month, I'm making more money than that person with a high-end property
How
that's
much we
waiting a
talking?
year.
How much we talking?
I mean, if you're doing, let's say the average sales price right now is close to $400K, right? That's about $1,200,000 commission times 5. That's $60,000. right? If you're doing like a high-end property, it may take you several months because you're looking for a very limited buyer, and they have all the options in the world.
And one of the things about high-end buyers is they're very picky.
They're very picky.
They're not gonna bend on. I'm not saying they're
What
not
they
anything,
want.
but they feel like, hey, this is my money. I'm who I am.
Yeah.
This is what they're gonna do for me, and this is what my house
They
needs
got
to look
paper.
like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how they feel. But at the same time, in my experience, I've had more headaches. You know,
Correct.
dealing with it because of the
Stature
the
and the
necessary
really
white
being
glove
entitlement of what it is
experience
that I
that
gotta
they
have.
want.
And
Yeah.
you can say a centimeter of the one thing wrong, and I'm gonna go hire somebody else because you didn't say what I wanted to hear. And so, to her point of an everyday buyer is they trust you a lot more. They listen to you and they listen to your expertise. Listen to somebody say, "Well, I got $5 million. This is where I want. You better."
So
find
you'll
it.
say people with money got choices.
Yeah, I mean, think
They
about
do.
it.
They
It's
do.
like
Because
a man with money.
everybody
You
wants
got-
$1 million. Everybody wants $1 million sale.
right?
Yeah, I mean, but thinking about it, everybody wants $1 million sale, wants that influence from that person who's on social media or whatever. Hey, I just got posted across and I got 1 million people on the page. Hey, been there, done that.
Yeah.
So being able to see that, it feels good, but at the same time, sometimes dealing with them is kind of like, I would have dealt with my friends and made the same amount of money, and I wouldn't have had the stress.
And you are gonna come across more average people than you are those $1 million people. And so that there you're gonna make more income.
So the next
And
quick
you're
question.
helping
Go ahead.
Before you say that,
You're on here for an interview, so go ahead. Tell us what you.
Some people will feel like because you dealt with a higher profile person or people that buy $1 million houses that you don't deal with regular people. When I first got into it, I started off just posting $1 million houses. Now, granted, my first transaction was with Jacquees and it went viral, so it was kind of like, oh, you only deal with celebrities, you won't call us. At least 10 of my friends bought houses that first year. And I was like, what damn, why you didn't call me? You only deal with celebrities and $1 million houses. So I was like, what?
It's slippery slope.
But at the same time, once I got that feedback, I changed how I marketed, but at the same time, it still didn't take away from the fact that I did deal with some of these people because they still began to call because they knew that I dealt with this basketball player, this singer, this influencer. So it didn't really hurt me so much, but the everyday person that made them feel more comfortable to talk to.
And I got one and the last final question. Y'all ready?
Yes.
I need y'all both to answer at the same time. Buy or rent?
Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go. Thank y'all for tuning in to Real Business TV. We out.
To victory. Anywhere I've been, man, I've been up in my bag. All about my biz, executing all my plans. Connecting all the ends, yeah, I'm running to the wins. Fighting to the end, all I see is checker flags. Victory.